Hi everyone, this is Stephen Pu. I'm the co-founder of the Taraxa Project, and today we'll continue to talk about informal transactional agreements and exactly how our application platforms address this problem or try to solve this problem, right? So in the last video, right, we talked about what informal transactional agreements are and the type of problems that they actually cause for businesses introducing friction, cost, and risk into business operations, right? So how do we solve that, right? So our Marinate platform, which is specifically designed to actually track informal agreements, informal transactional agreements between people. Well, we actually say we provide three types of value here. The first one, we talked about how informal transactional agreements are very hard to capture. Well, the biggest reason why it's so hard to capture is that you can't force everyone to use the same platform, and it's very difficult to get people to enter highly structured data, right? So we capture the data, we capture the informal transactional agreement data at the source, right? By integrating with the communication tools that everyone's already using, right? Last time we already said that, everyone, most of the time, over 80% of the time, they just want to be using very baseline communication tools like chatting programs, texting, emails, or whatnot. So we integrate with all those tools to make sure that you don't really need to learn a new application or download a new application in order to capture it. And of course, we try to minimize the amount of behavioral change, right? Because you can use whatever it is you want and not have to learn a new thing. So capturing at the source and then securing at the source, right? So we use cryptographic signatures to make sure that we know exactly where the data is coming from and who is coming from. So we're tying these signatures and these private public key pairs with the communication tool accounts that the person that's committing this information uses, right? Okay, the second part, we make it very, very clear, right? What does that mean we're making it very clear? Well, a lot of these things are very informal, right? We talked about before. These agreements typically happen in long conversations. You're talking to somebody and the conversation runs like 30, 40, 50 lines. And somewhere in the middle, there's some sort of an agreement, right? But maybe without any kind of clarification, multiple stakeholders that are part of that conversation, they walk away with very different understandings of what was agreed upon, or anything was agreed upon at all, right? So it's not clear if they agreed on something. Well, we make it very, very explicit. We make it very explicit. So in Marinate, for example, if we're texting somebody, right? I text my partner in business and I CC Marinate on it, and I say, hey, we agree that the window on the second floor needs to move 1 centimeter to the right. We all agree on this. Great. And Marinate will send back a text message to both of us. Do you agree or disagree? You click on that button, right? And when you're clicking on that button, we're making that clear. We're helping you to bottom line that informal conversation and say, hey, I know we talked about 10, 30 different things here, but this is a specific thing we're agreeing upon. Do you agree or disagree? You click on that button, right? And when you click on that button, is cryptographically signing that message, right? So we're securing and capturing the data at the source. We're making it very clear, right? And third, once it's been cryptographically signed, whether you agree or disagree, it's signed, the message is hashed, it goes on to the Taraxa blockchain, and you have a tamper-proof record of who said what when, right? So it's very, very verifiable. Doesn't matter if you lost the phone, if you lost your text message, you forgot you said anything, you were confused on what was said 2 days ago. It's all there, right? It's all there, and it's very verifiable, and it's very, very easy, right? So this is how we make an informal transactional agreement easy to capture, very clear, and very verifiable. Well, in the last video, we also talked about this idea of a 2x2, right? We used the 2x2 to actually illustrate exactly what type of agreements there are in the world. And the 2x2 was convenience, right? How easy it is. And then clarity, right? And then we said that legal contracts are very clear, but very inconvenient and costly. And and then we said project management, somewhere here. It's, a little bit more convenient, that's clear, but still very inconvenient. And the most convenient thing that everyone uses, over 80% of people, are the chat applications, the SMS, email, stuff like this, right? So, and this accounts for more than 80%, right, of all transactional agreements in the world, right? So what we're doing with Marinate and Taraxa together is that we're really taking this and we're saying, we're going to help you to security capture and make very clear informal transactional agreements are made using these tools that everyone uses, and we're going to shift it upward, right? We're going to make it clear and we're going to make it verifiable, right? So this is where we're going, right? We're trying to break the trade-off between convenience and clarity, right? So that businesses or individuals or whomever, they don't have to make that trade-off, right? They don't have to say, well, if I want things to move quickly and I want to do things fast, well, I have to sacrifice clarity. No, well, not really. You're never going to get, the clarity of legal contracts, but you can get pretty close, right? With a very clear and verifiable audit trail, audit log of who said what when. So that's the value that Taraxa aims to provide across a multitude of verticals, right? In construction, in marine maintenance, in supply chain, all kinds of different verticals where this problems are being caused by informal transactional agreements are true pain points. Thank you.